blows cold, the wind blows easy, the wind blows cold. You got yours and I got mine. I got a bad trip for your Valentine. You got yours and I got mine. I got a bad trip for your Valentine. Tank is empty. My head is full.
Our music isn't one thing. I mean, it's great, Americana, people call it, I don't know. I mean, for me, if Exile on Main Street came out today, it would be called Americana, you know. So I'm not sure. Our stuff is covers quite a big spectrum. So we're dipping into these various things, and a bit of Southside Johnny that went down really well. We picked up a lot of new people there. You know, we did as you know, Chuck Prophet a little while ago, and now this tour with Samantha Fish kicked off. On gig number 6, I think. I'm starting to lose count, which is much more of a blues and much more of a blues audience. And we have elements of blues in our music. There's no doubt about that. We have elements of country, and we have. I mean, that's what rock and roll is. You know, it's a mixture of all these styles. And for us,
blues is moving a lot anyway. Isn't it?
It is, and I mean, you listen to
Country
Samantha. When you hear her set tonight, there's bits where you go, "That's quite country," and there's other bits where you go, "You know what? It reminds me a bit of Norah Jones," and there's other bits that remind you of Amy Winehouse. She's got amazing voice, she's an incredible guitar player, and it's one of those things that you can't get boxed into a corner too much, and that's why we're trying these different, touring with artists from different genres, seeing if we can make some inroads there, and so far so good, you know.
Sights on your corruption, hunger dripping from the sheet. Swaying in the doorway, got the scars out on display. Guess I'm ripe for your dissection if we're heading down that way. Zenless got me scratching round, cut the brakes, we're only passing through. Stop me before I hit the ground, 'cause honey, I would start a war for you.
What was the idea behind 4 a.m. and counting?
Well,
it's going to be a new release, isn't it?
It is a new release. So
you were originally thinking for Record Store Day?
It was just going to be Record Store Day. We had a thing where we wanted to make a new music video, and the guy who we wanted to make it with, he said, we've done too many. Let's do something. Let's do a live recording. And while we were looking into the feasibility of doing that, I stumbled across Toe Rag Studios. So I went down and met Liam Watson, the producer, and he showed me how he does stuff. And he goes, we can't really give you more than one headphone feed because I don't have the technology. So you set up and you play. And so I talked to the film director about it, and then I talked to the guys, and we went, well, we've got this, we always do these late night jams where everything's really chilled out, and it's a bit loose, and it's a bit more gentle, and it's not unplugged, but there's no synthesizer, and the drums are with brushes, and Joe gets to solo a bit more, and it's just a jammy vibe. So we then went, well, why don't we just pop into the studio and see what happens, and do a few sessions, and so then we thought, well, wouldn't it be nice to get a few mates down? So we talked to BJ Cole, who we've wanted to do stuff with for years, and he's an old friend, so he goes, yeah, I'm up for it. And then Nick from Alabama 3, Nick Reynolds, came along on harmonica, and we just, there's videos of it online, you'll see we're just in the same room. You know, there's no separation, Neil, the drummer, was wearing headphones, and I had one earpiece in, which he couldn't give me a headphone mix, he could just give me my vocals. So when we were singing really quietly, I could hear myself a bit, and that's it. Everything else done completely live. And
It's like a rehearsal, isn't it?
It is, and it came out. We did 3 days of recording. We'd booked 4, but the gear wasn't working for one of the days. So we had to get the studio fired up again. So in 3 days we did 15 tracks. There's 11 on the album.
Crime scene, smoke screen, swear I caught you looking this way. Full start, look sharp, itching around for something to say. Blurry like a meltdown, venom's rattling under my skin. High class, talk fast, I don't wanna know where you've been. Blackout fever, mind the gap, you come on like a heart attack. Pretty pimpin' on the decks, strutting like there's nothing left. Sunday mornings all alone, hanging by the telephone. There's something missing in your eyes, got no time to empathize. To empathize.
We're excited about it. I wasn't expecting. I was a bit worried how people would receive it. To go, well, it's not new. It's not new songs.
Yeah, I can see how that.
And it's
You know, like you've done 2 albums, and now you've kind of done an acoustic best of it.
And-
You can dress it up different ways. can't
That's why I didn't really want a full release. I was just going, God, what are people going to say? Or they'll think this is the new direction of the band, which it's not. This is just us after a few drinks and late at night. This is not the direction we're heading in. You know, this is just something else we do. And so we'll see how it's received. We're hoping to have a new album out next year. So, you know, it's
Yeah, that would be my next question. You know, how's that?
slowly,
fitting
it's
in
hard
with
to find the time.
This buys you a bit of time, doesn't it? In a way,
It does.
with
The problem
but
is
you've got to
unless-
find the songwriting time,
That's,
haven't you?
yeah, that's the problem, I think, at the moment. But we're working on some ideas, and I think it's going to be much more of the progression with the albums has been, you know, the first one was very much me and the producer and a couple of other people. The next one, our producer was heavily involved, obviously, but it was much more the whole band playing on it. But I did a lot of the writing by myself, locked away in a little cubby hole as usual. And this time, the aim is to get the band involved much earlier and to jam it out from a much earlier stage. So yeah, we're excited about that one.
Twitching like an insect, got me rustling at your door. See the shards of my composure lying scattered across the floor. Chained to your discretion, got my pulsing to the beat. Now we have to crack the code if we're ever gonna sleep. Fever's got me scratching round, cut the brakes, we're only passing through. Stop me before I hit the ground, 'cause honey, I would start a war for you.
at the moment it's hard to know what day of the week it is with this. There's not a lot of days off on this tour. It's 21 gigs in 23 days. We've got 1 day off next week after Manchester. So I'm going to head home quickly and see the kids for a day.
Sleep in a traveller somewhere.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's what we've been doing.
That's the trouble, though. You have a day off, and it can't be a day off, can it? Because you've got to go,
I've got to
see the kids.
I've got to rush back. And
so
see
it's
them.
not a day off. It's as full
No,
on as a gig
it's
day.
probably even more full on.
Yeah.
But it's that's all part of it.
Well, thank you very much for talking to us. One last question. So January the 31st, you're on stage with Graham Nash. What was that like? Surreal?
That was very cool. It was. I think that whole awards thing.
That was a full-on stage at the end.
It was very, very cool. No, it was amazing. They had some amazing people there, some amazing people backstage as well, and the vibe was very friendly. There was no. Everyone. It seemed like everyone checked their egos at the door, and it was just everyone wanted to be in it together. And there was no. It didn't feel like there was any competition over who was winning anything. Everyone was just in a really good place together, and it was a really cool thing. I hope we get to do another one of these. I don't think they often have artists back 2 years in a row, but maybe someday we'll
can win a different type of award.
Well, maybe that'd be nice, wouldn't it? It'd be great to stay involved with it. It's a really. I have to say what Stevie Freeman and Bob and Trudy and all the Americana lot have done. They've really created something quite special, and it really is. You talk to any of the bands in that circuit, we all feel like we've got a home now, and we've got someone fighting our corner, and I think that's a really big deal.
Daddy's thinking, and I've been drinking my way back to you, my way back to you one more time. I hear your laughter, and all I'm after is a tear in your eye, 'cause my wings like a fly that's in their world. Daylight's fading, and I'm still waiting for your hand on my heart, tear that longing apart like you do. Pick up the pieces, baby. Dry your eyes and take you home. Locked out, nothing moves around here without you. Stolen, shadows fall out.